Hi guys! Happy Saturday. Today we are having a wonderful day already, and we're only an hour in. So we have come out for breakfast. I already have a watermelon mimosa, so I'm very happy. Because today we are going engagement ring designing. So we're in Mount Lawley at the moment. And then we're going over to Subiaco to find some jewellery shops. Jake's already been to one of them called Ecali, where he's already been in, sort of scoped it out, thinks that should be probably the place for us, but I think we're going to find there's plenty of jewellers about, so we're going to have a look for them, have a look around, sit down, have a bit of a consultation with them and get designing really. I'm intrigued on the process because I think it will be interesting to see how the actual design process works. So I have a very clear idea in my head of what I want and what I don't want, but I don't have a clear idea of the finished ring, if that makes sense. Like, I've got a tick list of like must-haves and a tick list of must-not-haves, and when I see things I will know if it's not right. But I've not yet found the perfect ring, because there's so much to learn in terms of, you know, like the settings and like how far it projects off and the gold colour and the actual band type. And then someone messaged me yesterday being like, oh hey, I know you're going like ring designing tomorrow, don't forget that you've got to think about how the wedding band sits with the engagement ring. And I was like, oh my god, I hadn't even thought of it. I'm sure the experts will know everything there is to know. So the plan is to take you through, I think I'll probably feel too awkward to video too much of it, so you might just see snippets, and then I'll probably talk you through later what the actual plan is and what we saw and what I liked and what I didn't like, but I'll try my best to vlog there. So now we are going to tuck into our yummy breakfast, well, when it arrives, which I've seen somebody coming out of the kitchen, so that might be for us. So yeah, we'll catch you soon. Bye! I know this is not a food vlog, this is a ring vlog, but oh my. Jake's got, what's yours? Talk me through. Hot cake.
It's a burnt honey hot cake.
Yum. And then mine is fried chicken on a roti. So, and then we've got fritters as well. What are these fritters?
Potato fritters.
Oh, potato fritters. Yum. Oh my god, yum.
D colour, VVS1. That really is as good as it gets.
Just point on here what it is.
It says D colour, the best colour, and it's VVS1, which is essentially flawless.
Hello, we are back at another bar. We're having a lovely day. Yeah, so we have just been to 3 different jewellers, and it was a lot of fun actually. I wasn't expecting it to be. Yeah, I feel like we did good learning. We went to 3 very different places, very different vibes. The first place was the one that Jake had in mind beforehand. Yeah, it was where he'd not first found, but he'd looked through all of them and thought that this one was the favourite. Oh, I need to put my ring on the other hand. Don't worry, we're not engaged. Yeah, so we went to that place which is called Ecali, and I think that was ultimately our favourite, I would say. Would you agree? It was just the nicest service, and they do lab-grown diamonds. They showed us the sample. Oh my god, that dog! So cute. They did lab-grown diamonds, which the other 2 places didn't, so I suppose that's the main point of difference, and the diamond was just beautiful. and yeah, they let us try it with 2 round ones either side, which is what we're thinking of. I was wondering whether to go for ovals in the middle and ovals either side, but looking at it, I think it looks a bit like a spider's eyes, and it creeps me out a little bit. It looks a bit weird. But yeah, so we're thinking oval in the middle, round either side. It was a 1 point, what was the carat that we're thinking of choosing? Yeah, we were choosing between, they showed us a 1.3 and a 1.4, and the 1.4 was just miles above the other one. It was so much more, the colour was just so much more clear. The other one looked it had a bit of like a yellowy tone, even though they were exactly the same, what do you refer to it as? The same like letter? They were both a D, which is the clarity.
Couldn't know, the D is a colour, sorry.
Okay, so they were the same colour, so they were both a D, which is the best, like most.
Yeah, it's called
clear.
perfectly white. It's
perfectly white. I'm still learning. Jake knows a lot about this. Okay, my drink's coming. 1 second. I've got a frozen. So yeah, the one that we are probably going to choose had just the best clearness, and then 0.3 carats round either side. Then we went to another place which was Linney's, which was lovely. They don't do any lab grown, so I feel like that's going to be the point of difference, but they do a complimentary design service. So the plan is we kind of talked them through what we want. They had really nice settings, so like the actual, bit of gold that holds the ring in place, which was really, really nicer than Ecali, I think. And then the last place I just think is he quoted us like double what we were thinking for what we were thinking of. It was a real diamond, not a lab grown, but still, like, just, I don't know where he got the prices from. So I think you get a vibe for a place, it just wasn't us. So yeah, and now I'm having a frosé, Jake's having a summer royal hazy
from Beer Farm.
And then we've got a burrata coming as well, very excited. Then we're going to go to the beach later. As you can see, it is a glorious 30-degree day, so love. Smiles! Morning! We are ring shopping again today, so we are a week later from when you last saw us. Jake is on his way back from a night shift, bless him. And we are then zipping straight out to the jewellers to try to catch them before he needs to go to sleep, to have another appointment. So we're going to the sort of our number one choice out of the 3 places we went to last week. They have ordered in 2 diamonds to go either side. So we have pretty much chosen the centre oval diamond. The 1.4 is the one that we think we're going for. And it was just beautiful last week, so they're keeping hold of that for us. And she has then ordered in 2 0.3 carat diamonds, round, like brilliant cut ones, to go either side. I believe, I need to double check this today, but I believe the ones that we tried on last week in the silver setting were also 0.3 brilliant cuts. So yeah, basically looking at that. One thing that I do really need to quiz her on is, and I really want to sort of double down on these details, because this jeweller seems to very much be focusing on the diamonds and getting the diamonds right, and then everything else is just kind of brushed over, whereas for me it is the whole ring, So I was looking back at the photos and videos of the other ones which we tried on last week, and the sort of number one one that I tried, which was sort of my oval diamond in the in between 2 brilliant cuts, and that was in a silver band. And just looking back at it, I'm like, oh, it looks a bit too chunky. There's something about it that's really not sort of singing for me. I've been trying to work out what it is, and I can't decide if it's the diamonds either side are a little bit too big, or if the band itself is just too big. So what I really want is, so with this ring, I really like how, there you go, how delicate the band is, and how, sorry, I wouldn't mind the diamonds either side being similar size to this but with a bigger oval in the middle, but do you see just how delicate the setting is and the actual band itself? And that is very much my aesthetic. I am not a chunky jewellery person, unless it, like, not for like fine jewellery anyway, like fashion jewellery, dress pieces, fine. But this, I want to be as delicate as possible. So I really want to, you know, drill that in. I think it's been a strange process. I think they seem a little bit confused by the fact that I'm involved, which doesn't make sense to me because I'm going to be the one wearing the ring forever. I don't know. There seems to be, so it worked by Jake went in and sort of started the conversations and then brought me in. And so they've already had the conversation about what I want. I've told Jake what I want, but I've not necessarily told her as specifically. So she's not had a chance to kind of hear that I'm so fussy. So yeah, today I'm going to really try to be focusing in on the settings. It's a shame the second place which we went to, which I'd really hoped were going to come back to us with a few designs, just so that I could sort of crystallise in my mind exactly what kind of setting I want. So they were the ones who did the really good, I loved their, I don't know how you would call it, like metal work. So the diamonds that they had were like, fine, but they were also mined, like natural diamonds, not lab, and we really want to go for lab. But just the way that the craftsmanship, the actual way that they made the rings, I much preferred. So I was hoping to see their designs, and because I don't know enough about rings to say, yes, I definitely want it to be a cathedral setting or whatever it is. But I know when I see it, so I thought if they gave me a few options that might, and it's a complimentary service that they provide anyway, I thought that I might be able to go, right, okay, this is the type of setting, sort of commit it to memory, like recognise it, and then take it to this other company and say, can you make this? Because they can make whatever, it's just that their standard style, and when you look through their Instagram, is not so much what I want. So yeah, we'll see where we land with this, because that's my only concern, is I don't want to get so far down the line where, yes, they've got the perfect diamonds, but they might not make the perfect ring. So we'll see. That is what we are tackling today. So yeah, Jake should be back any second now, so I best run and actually get ready. Bye. Yeah, because I was only concerned. I'll just show them that. It looks big like that. Like, it doesn't look, obviously it would be...
Yeah, it is big, but...
So I was looking back at like the videos and photos that I took with the one where it had that central one in maybe the slightly bigger version of this, and something about it was looking a bit chunky to me, and I couldn't work out whether it was the actual band, because if you look at this, I want it to be a very fine gold, like a lot finer, which I think would overall make it look a lot less chunky.
Yes, it is very heavy mount, that
one. Yeah, because I couldn't work out whether it was that or the actual stones.
Basically, we would do a lot slimmer on the
I
mount,
think,
because this one here, it's quite flat.
Yeah.
And even though it's tapered, it is still a very, very wide mount. It depends really how you want the look to be, whether you want it sort of all about your centre stone, or whether you want it to look sort of more...
like kind of balanced.
Yes, more balanced on the side.
See, I think that's actually quite a good size.
Yeah.
It's the balance. It's just the balance.
I think it is.
Those are 20 points.
Those are 20s, yeah. So 10 points is actually quite a big difference when you look at it from this side.
Yeah.
Also with that band as well, it sits very, very flat on the finger. So when you go ahead and have a wedding band made, you would have to have something shaped with that design. Whereas if we actually make it slightly higher, I'll show you one that's got an underrail underneath it, so then the actual wedding band sits right up. Otherwise you're going to end up sort of having to have shapes. So they're your 30s.
Yeah.
Nice size.
Yeah.
It is a fair bit bigger, and I don't think it necessarily adds to it, actually.
I don't know, actually. I do quite like it.
Okay, fine, if you like it.
Because if you see it from above...
Oh, yeah.
This is the other one. Did you say that you've got the 25s as well?
I've got a 25.
That might be the...
Yeah, I've got one. So I haven't got a pair.
Medium,
I can show you
No, that's fine.
So, diamonds always look 20% smaller when they're unset.
Yeah,
so at the moment you're not actually going to see a lot of difference between those two. But once it is set, it will be slightly different, just fractionally.
Yeah. I think that might be the happy medium.
Okay. Yeah.
Go in between? Do the in-betweeny?
Yeah, I'm happy to see from above. Yeah, that's a lovely size. Yeah.
So 25 pointers, so you'd be 50
Yeah.
points in total.
Yeah, I think that balances.
I don't think you don't want to drown the centerpiece.
No, and I don't want it to
Exactly.
end up looking like a sort of marquise strip. That's not what I want, not marquise, but... Oh, it's beautiful. Yeah, I can really picture it now that it's on the gold.
Oh yeah, that was beautiful.
Doesn't that look completely different?
Yeah.
Just got a buzz of excitement.
Bless you. He's got butterflies.
Yeah, because it's hard because
that's 25 points.
These are 25s.
I think that's a good size. I think that's a good size.
So,
Okay, so exciting news. The designs have arrived. Jake's just sent them through to me and I've got them on my iPad now and it's so exciting. So I think the main thing that we were looking at with these designs, because we've already chosen kind of the diamonds, I had an idea in my mind, but I didn't know how it was going to come together. And it was also to really think about the size of the diamonds either side of the centre diamond and what size and kind of scale I wanted for those. Yeah, seeing these is just so exciting. So I'll obviously put it on screen now. Obviously ignore the fact that the centre diamond is blue. I don't know why they did that. Something to do with their like designers just did that anyway. And it does make it quite difficult to, you know, tell the kind of scale of the ring and like what it's actually going to look like. But I think it gives you a pretty good idea. First impressions, absolutely just obsessed. So I think the things which because I've already had a chat to Jake about this. So the prongs themselves, I've noticed, are a little bit chunky in this. So Jake's going to go back to them with a list of kind of questions and concerns because we can't get back to the jewellers for another couple of weeks, which is a bit of a pain. Like we can't get back together, whereas Jake can go without me. So he's going to go off with my list of like questions and concerns and we'll kind of take it from there. But yeah, the prongs holding the actual diamonds look a little bit chunky to me, especially the ones either side. Like on this image here, it looks very chunky. Those prongs holding each diamond to the side just look really weird. So hopefully I wouldn't want them to be that chunky. I like that it's that they're like silver settings, and I think the setting itself is beautiful. Like it's really dainty, decorative without being too like princessy. And the underside of it, the like view underneath, which I wouldn't have thought that I care about, but that is just gorgeous. It's so like elegant. I love it. And I quite like that you'll be able to see like the point of the diamond from the side of it. In terms of the height off, so it's 6mm off, which I think I'm quite happy with. One thing we did discuss with the jeweller was making sure that I would be able to stack my wedding band flush up to the band of the engagement ring. And so they advised me the different types of settings to achieve that look. Rather than, I didn't want to have to shape the wedding band around the engagement ring. I know that's a very like popular thing at the moment, and I do think it's a nice effect, but I don't feel like it's as timeless as what I'm looking for my ring. So yeah, I am so happy with this. The band, I decided to design it to be narrower at the top than it is at the bottom, which I'm very happy with the tape that they've got there. I think it makes it look really elegant from the top without looking too flimsy. I think she was right that tapering, or having it without the tapering, just having it that thin the whole way around would look a little bit flimsy. And the size of the diamonds either side of the centre diamond is also gorgeous. So yeah, I'm very, very happy, very excited. Couldn't tell Jake, obviously, all of this feedback, but that's not really that much. It was just make sure that basically the settings are as dainty and kind of small and invisible as possible. I think here they're a little bit stealing the show, but yeah, it's getting really close. It's getting really close. Just the most glorious thing you've ever seen. Rockin' a rock. Hello, so we are now in January and I have my ring. I will put up a load of videos and photos and stuff of it now, but I am obsessed doesn't cover it. I am just over the moon with it. Could not have turned out more perfect if I was going to say if I designed it myself, but I did. Yeah, absolutely love it. So happy with it. They are absolutely amazing at Ecali in Subiaco. I'll put all the details down below in case you are in Perth and want to go to them. They are just amazing. We were really, really impressed with all of the service, and every meeting that we had with them, we came away so excited. Every question that we had, every concern we had, they completely, you know, put it to rest and came up with a solution and worked with us to create something that was just completely perfect. So I'll talk through the makeup of the ring to the best of my knowledge. So we've got a 1.4 carat oval cut diamond in the centre, which is a D colour and VVS 1 or 2. I will write on the screen what it is because I can't remember. It's a lab grown diamond. And then either side we have 2 brilliant cut 0.25 carats, which are also lab grown, also D colour and VVS 2, I think, the same as the central one. We have a gold band, which it has a very slight taper on it, sort of tapered towards the diamonds, and it is set with a under rail, I believe it's called, underneath, which sets the sort of diamonds up a little bit, and we've got quite an ornate little setting which is in platinum. I hope I've got all of those details correct. I'm going to cross check those with Jake when he's home and make sure that it's written on the screen so that you know, but it is perfect. So I just could not be more happy with it. I feel like the scale of it is absolutely perfect. You will have seen that I was umming and ahhing and we were a little bit unsure on the scale of diamonds either side. I think once I decided on the central diamond, which like is just the most perfect thing, and I think as soon as we saw this diamond we were both just so excited and we just knew that this was the diamond for us. It's got a gorgeous like big table, which is like the flat bit on the top of the diamond, which just means that the light, like the pictures and videos that we have of it really do not capture how kind of crystal and sparkly it is. I'm just over the moon with it. But we end up going for the 0.25s, brilliant cuts either side, and I really feel like the scale of that is just spot on. It's slightly bigger than the band and it offsets the centre diamond nicely, without drowning and taking away from that amazing centre stone that we are just so in love with. That's still very much the, you know, like the singing piece, but we really wanted to, you know, have little backing singers just to, yeah, elevate. Decided to go for platinum, and this was very much recommended by Ecali as well, to go for platinum settings, just because, especially with a completely colourless, like D colour diamond, if you've got gold behind it, then it can kind of refract through and kind of dull the diamond a little bit, whereas if you've got platinum, then you've got less of that happening. I absolutely love the fact that the ring has the 3 diamonds in it. It's got that trilogy trio style, which is very much in line with my family traditions and something that I really, really wanted to carry through and keep close to me and keep that tradition going. I and Jake is absolutely delighted with it. Like every single time, obviously I see it all day every day because I'm sat there like this. Every time Jake comes home from work, he's like, show me your ring. And I'll be doing things. He's like, oh, your ring's nice. So yeah, he is absolutely over the moon with it. Yeah, so thank you so much for joining me for this journey. I really hope that it was interesting, or if you are designing a ring, if you're gonna propose, then good luck, and I really, really hope this was helpful. Yeah, and if you are engaged and also just wanting to, you know, see what other people are doing, or maybe you're designing your own ring with your partner and want to get a bit of inspiration or information on how the process works, really hope this was helpful for you. As I say, I will put Ecali's contact details down in the description box below, along with anything else that I think is useful. One thing that I do just want to mention, I don't know if I'm going to get comments asking for the price of the ring. We're not going to be sharing that, sorry. Firstly, because I don't know it, and secondly, it's just we would rather keep that to ourselves. So I hope you understand, please don't ask. Yeah, other than that, I will see you for wedding planning, which is low-key starting now. We're, you know, dipping our toe into the world of wedding planning, i.e. I bought a wedding planning journal and then have gone, oh, that's too scary, too many decisions. But yeah, starting the process of, you know, finding Instagram pages for potential venues and things like that. It's very exciting but very overwhelming. Let me know if you want any wedding content. Don't know if you do. But yeah, I will see you next time. Bye. Have you seen